What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you another Go Battle League video here in the Great League, rolling with a team of Defense Deoxys, Umbreon, and Meganium. Dude, Go Battle League can really feel like a roller coaster ride of emotions sometimes, can't it? I tell you what, I've been trying to develop some level of consistency in performance in GBL, and it's been really challenging for me to be able to do that. I know you guys probably feel the same as well. You finally get a team that's going good, and then you just start running into all sorts of hard counters over and over and over again, and it can feel really brutal. In this video, I think I go like 4-1 in this first set, and then like 2-3 in the next one. It's amazing. You could go like 3-2 for like 4 sets, and then have one bad set where you go like 1-4, and it'll essentially like nullify all of your rating that you gained that day. It is brutal. Rank 10 is going to be such a grind. I know I'm going to get there. It's just going to take a lot more time this season than it did in Season 1. I think Niantic, not intentionally, but kind of in Season 1, it felt a little bit easier to get to rank 10, probably just because most people's starting ratings were significantly higher. You know, there were some people that started at like 2,500 rating. Most people are starting around the low 2000s, but some people were even able to start around like 2,300 rating this season. So it's going to take some time. This team of Defense Deoxys, Umbreon, and Meganium, I like it a lot. I think Defense Deoxys is just ridiculously good in Go Battle League. Essentially, the only things you need to look out for are Umbreon and Sableye, because even against Haunter, you have, if you are running Psycho Boost, you can still threaten a shield with that. But those the dark types like Umbreon, really pesky to deal with, and so I kind of like the pairing of Defense Deoxys and Umbreon together, because Umbreon totally walls any ghost type that tries to get on Defense Deoxys. And Defense Deoxys has play against a lot of the meta, like Altaria. You can do some damage there. Azumarill, really good if you're running Thunderbolt. I am running Psycho Boost and Thunderbolt on mine. And against Registeel, as long as you commit a shield, you can counter down that Registeel and actually leave it with some stored energy, which is really great. Meganium, as we know, really solid response to Azumarill. One of the best responses to Azumarill, because you don't need to shield up that first Ice Beam, and it's very positive for you. I lost that first match there. Oh my gosh. Also, that was a crazy spicy team. Did you guys see that? Brutal. So let's kind of see how some of these battles play out here. This is a lead I'm totally okay with. All I need to do is shield up the Hydro Pump, and most Azumarills just go for the Hydro Pump right off the bat. And they tend to let the first Thunderbolt go through as well. Both of these Pokemon, very bulky. And this Azumarill is actually running Play Rough, which is very interesting. Out comes Altaria. So I'm going to throw a Psycho Boost before leaving just to get some chip damage here, because Umbreon's going to need a little bit of help to take out this Altaria, especially since Altaria has a shield advantage. Not super great. Granted, if I had a Azumarill here to punish this Altaria switch-in, this would be much more favorable, but Umbreon can handle Altaria in even shields and even energy scenarios. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to come back from, but Umbreon is very bulky. I'm hoping to get a shield out of this Altaria. The Altaria is like barely in foul play range. It might be barely out of it. It's going to be close. I do get a shield, so we won't even know. They swap back into their Azumarill. I should have just swapped into Meganium right here. Why am I throwing a last resort? Why am I throwing a last resort? Should have just swapped into Meganium. Totally farmed it down. So that was a huge misplay. Should have saved my energy on Umbreon. Luckily, Azumarill is not running Ice Beam. Altaria is going to come back out. I need to get these Frenzy Plants off. The Altaria is most likely going to throw a Sky Attack to take me out. The Frenzy Plant goes through. And at this point, I can actually Vine Whip this thing down, which I'm going to do. I'm going to commit a shield here, Vine Whip down the Altaria. And let's see what's in the back. It's a Stunfisk. Meganium walls Stunfisk. This is great. I should be able to get to another Frenzy Plant, even though this freaking pancake is so spammy with his charge moves. I should be able to get to this frenzy plant. Just barely. I don't think this is going to be enough to take this thing out, though. It's like insanely bulky. Oh my gosh, that pancake is ridiculous. But we still have our other two Pokemon, so we will be able to take this match. Mistake made by me. Do not dump your energy if you don't need to. My switch clock was up. I could have just switched into Meganium, stored that energy in Umbreon. Somehow I still pulled off a win there, which is really good. Okay, typically this isn't the best scenario for Deoxys, but Toxicroak has to bait here. However, if I just start throwing Psycho Boost nukes, I'm going to debuff myself, so I tend to go for a Thunderbolt here off the back. Right off the bat, and the Toxicroak was able to land a Sludge Bomb, which isn't super great. They switch into Hypno. Oh man, we have a perfect response for this. Umbreon is going to wall this thing. These elemental punches hardly going to do anything. I know that the Toxicroak still has a little bit of loaded energy in the back, so I need to be aware of that. If this Hypno is running Focus Blast, it still wouldn't be enough to take out Umbreon. So this is just an unbelievable scenario for me. If I can leave this with a last resort stored up, it's going to be really great. I'm going to go for the foul play here. And I go for a slight undercharge, which is great because now I can snarl down this Hypno and I will for sure be able to leave with the last resort. So good play on my part. I know the Toxicroak is going to be coming back in. Oh my gosh, it's actually an Azumarill, so this is going to be very favorable for us. I'm just going to stay in here and chip away at this Azumarill with Last Resort as much as possible. Umbreon is ridiculous. Even in matchups that aren't great for it, like against Toxicroak or against Azumarill, you can still just stay in there and chip away with Last Resort and do a decent amount of damage. It's pretty crazy. Ice Beam's still not enough to take me out, and I'm able to get off one more Last Resort. Really good for me. Oh, and they actually swapped in their Toxicroak. I'm totally fine with that Toxicroak eating that Last Resort. I still got 2 shields. I got a Psycho Boost stored. Are you going to shield up this Toxicroak? They let it go. I have Meganium in the back. Absolute hard counters here. Really good for me. I got my Umbreon aligned with the Hypno. I got my Meganium aligned with the Azumarill. So if you win the lead, like if you have a favorable matchup in the lead, that doesn't necessarily mean you win the game. A lot of times if you lose that secondary matchup, like if you don't beat the Pokemon that they switched in, you can actually end up losing, and those matchups are going to get out of alignment. So if you find yourself sometimes like where you win the lead but you still lose the match, take a second look at that secondary matchup. You're probably losing that matchup or coming out of it with a shield deficit and your opponent's able to get an advantage there. If you win that lead, it is so important to maintain that alignment in order to ensure that you can still get a victory out of that. A 1 lead does not mean a 1 match. And the opposite is true. If you lose the lead, try to fight really hard to regain that secondary matchup. Because again, some of these, a lot of these matchups in Go Battle League is just all about alignment. You got to get your counters on the right Pokemon, otherwise they're useless. So this matchup again, just going straight Thunderbolt here. I don't want to start debuffing myself with Psycho Boost. They double shield their Azumarill, which is pretty crazy. And they bait me with Ice Beam. Really good play. So at this point, since this Azumarill has successfully baited me twice, I think this is going to be a favorable matchup for them, because they are taking it to the 2 shield scenario. But this is where Psycho Boost is amazing. I'm able to rip off a last second Psycho Boost here and chip it down. Good for me. Out comes Munchlax. Okay, we just need to do as much damage to this thing as possible before going down. Gonna rip off one last Psycho Boost. And it does not do that much. But Umbreon is going to resist the lick damage. The body slam spam is going to be a little bit annoying. And since I know that Azumarill is gone, oh, this is what I was worried about. I was worried that there was going to be an Altaria in the back, because this team struggles against Altarias in the back. Go figure. I could possibly put my own Azumarill on this team instead of Meganium. That would help round this out a little bit more, but then I essentially am increasing my weakness to Meganium. But that's definitely something to consider, because Alteria's in the back. This team struggles against. Luckily, I was able to switch in my Umbreon fast enough onto this Altaria, and you can see in the zero shield scenario, Umbreon is very comfortably going to take out this Altaria. I even switched in my Meganium right there. I felt like he was going to make a swap at the same time, and he does. This Munchlax is barely out of Frenzy Plant range, and it's just got so many body slams. I need to get this Frenzy Plant off before I eat another body slam, because this is obnoxious. Munchlax is an amazing safe swap Pokemon. The body slam spam is real. I'm able to Vine Whip down an Altaria. That is awesome. Good game. Deoxys against Wigglytuff. Okay. I don't have a super solid response to Charmers, and especially if this Wigglytuff starts to shield, this could be a little bit nasty, but okay, I get a shield there. And this Wigglytuff is choosing to dump its energy right here, which is totally okay with me. However, I'm pretty sure okay, they swap into Whiscash, and I'm able to get my Meganium on this Whiscash. I throw a Frenzy Plant immediately, because this is going to pressure them to either commit their last shield or try to build up to that Blizzard. So I know that they're going to try to Blizzard me here. So I will shield up the Blizzard. Now I can overfarm this Whiscash. Takes 9 Mud Shots to get to Blizzard. So I'm going to farm up some extra energy there. I didn't want to take any chances of getting hit by another Blizzard, especially since I was a little bit slow to that switch in. Out comes Wigglytuff again. Frenzy Plant's going to take it out. Do they have an Azumarill in the back? Because that would be wonderful. Nope, it's a Registeel. So I should have recognized that I wasn't going to be able to get to an Earthquake. And just thrown a Frenzy Plant for some chip damage. Or just swapped out of that matchup completely. Yeah, I could have Sacrificial swapped into my Deoxys. That probably would have been a better play. But these counters are really chipping away, and I'm able to get to another Thunderbolt, which is really great. Full health Umbreon is going to be able to handle this Reggie. Now I switch out to make sure that I don't get lock on farm down. This Registeel is in foul play range. Stupid Meganium play on my part. I should have sack swapped my own, or at least thrown a Frenzy Plant. I don't know. That thing just didn't do anything there. Should have gotten a little chip damage off, but that's alright. We still were able to win that. At this point, I was at 2380 in my rating. I have since gone all over the place in my rating. I think right now I'm at 2375, so we're slowly going up. I gained like a lot of points, and then it tanked hard. Man, the 3-2 vibes, you only get a little bit of points, and then if you hit one game where you go 1-4, it's really hard to come back from that. Niantic's making it tough to hit rank 10, man. So Deoxys Mirror Match. We are going to lose this because we don't have Rock Slide. Rock Slide is a more energy efficient move than Thunderbolt. I'm actually going to switch in my own Umbreon in right now and see how they want to respond. I go for the foul play here because they're staying in with their Deoxys, which is kind of interesting. They let the Deoxys go down. Okay, out comes Registeel. I need to start chipping this thing down as much as possible. I'm assuming that they don't have an Azumarill in the back, because an Azumarill is a really good response to Umbreon, but so is Registeel. I'm actually, oh man, I was hoping that I would be able to shield up a Focus Blast, but that was a huge fail. You really don't need to shield up a Flash Cannon. The Registeel has to hit you with a Focus Blast and a Flash Cannon anyways, and most Reggies just go for the Focus Blast right off the bat because Umbreon is so tanky. Oh, there's the Focus Blast. Not good, not good. Can I at least get some shields off of this Reggie? This is not looking good. Oh man, I switch into my Deoxys. Gonna throw this Thunderbolt. I'm trying to pressure shields or get rid of this Registeel here. I get a shield, that's good for me. It is a Meganium in the back. I need to get some chip damage off on this Meganium, so I throw the Psycho Boost. It goes unshielded, but does a decent amount of damage, and the counters are still adding up. This is a very loaded Meganium. Oh boy. My own Meganium can absorb all this energy, which is really good, but okay, I should have just brought in my own Meganium. What the heck was I doing there? My switch clock wasn't up, so I wasn't going to be able to make a sacrificial swap anyways. Bad play. Very bad play. I'm worried that that Registeel has a flash cannon. I'm getting very close to being in Frenzy Plant range. Oh man. Gonna throw the Frenzy Plant here. I get their last shield. We actually CMP tied, so this is, I'm sweating a little bit here, which means we're on even energy. Now, it looks like I was one Vine Whip ahead. Perfect sacrificial swap into Registeel. My opponent played so well. I even tried to undercharge it to Vine Whip this thing down, but I undercharged it too much. No, 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 no. I undercharged it too much. Dang. Shame on me for losing track of how much energy and health that Reggie had. I had a win scenario, and I blew it. This is not great at all. So I tried to swap into my own Umbreon to catch a foul play, but people are so smart in rank 8. Rank 8 is the new rank 13, it feels like, man. It's very hard to pull off sacrificial swaps. We get a shield off of that Toxicroak, which I find very interesting. They just go for the Mud Bomb. They're probably trying to just store up a lot of energy with counter, which is a great play for sure. Last Resort connects, and it does a decent amount of damage. I think it only takes like 2 Last Resorts to take out a Toxicroak with the combined Snarl damage as well, so very impressive. I have a Psycho Boost loaded, but we CMP tie here. Pretty typical, and I don't shield up the Sludge Bomb like an idiot. Oh boy. They still have a like very healthy Umbreon, so I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Out comes that Umbreon again. It is going to hit me with the foul play. I'm putting all my faith in Meganium. Don't show me an Altaria in the back. Please don't show me an Altaria in the back. Show me an Azumarill or a Registeel we could handle as well. And judging by the fact that he's staying in here, I'm really hoping it's an Azumarill in the back. But I think my opponent just like builds up my hopes and then crushes my dreams here with the team comp. I think there is an Altaria in the back. Oh boy. This Umbreon is so annoying to deal with right now. What is in the back? If it's an Azumarill, I have to save this shield for the Ice Beam. So they let the Umbreon go down. And it's a Deoxys. So in hindsight, I guess if I would have shielded up one of those foul plays, I would have been in a better scenario right here. Not good. And then I just let the Deoxys counter me down. Not good at all. But I didn't really have any other choice. This Deoxys was just going to counter through my whole team. Good game. Oh, man. Brutal. Okay. Pretty decent lead for me here. It's unfortunate that Deoxys doesn't get stab damage from these counters. And it doesn't have a very high attack stat, but luckily it is very bulky, so it's going to take 2 flash cannons to take out Deoxys. Let's see if this Reggie wants to shield. Pretty sure Registeel wins in the 0 shield, so definitely wins in the 0 shield. So my Deoxys has to shield, and I don't know if I can counter down this Reggie before it gets to another flash cannon, but they swap into their Altaria anyways. I make a pretty slow swap into Umbreon, and we are at a shield disadvantage yet again. Not great. Let's see how this Altaria wants to play it out. As we know, in even shield and even energy scenarios, Umbreon can totally hang with this matchup. So I'm just going for another foul play. Umbreon, so bulky. They're still not shielding. Oh my gosh. So I'm not going to shield this. I'm going to be able to get to another foul play. Hopefully draw a shield. Throwing the foul play now. They could shield and then Dragon Breath me down. That's probably... Oh, they're going to let it go. Wow. So I've regained switch advantage, which is good for me. Oh, man. Out comes Meganium. And then they switch lock their Registeel, which is a very strange play. Down goes Reggie. Meganium's in the back. Why did I stay in here and let my Umbreon get farmed down again? I don't know. That's a huge mistake. I just gave this Meganium all this free energy. So I'm going to come in with some Psycho Boost and start to chip away at this thing. I get a shield. Good for me. I switch in my own Meganium. I cleared my debuff off of my Deoxys, but I don't think I have enough energy to get to another Psycho Boost. This is going to be pretty close at the end here, especially since their Meganium is so loaded on energy. I'm going to have to shield up one of these Frenzy Plants eventually, because my defense Deoxys is definitely within range of being Vine Whipped farm down. Oh boy. Okay. This is not looking good. I don't know if I win this match here. It's going to be very close. I get the last shield right there. And it looks like it was a CMP tie. So I'm going to shield up this Frenzy Plant. I switch into my own Deoxys now because energy is neutralized. But they're going to be able to Vine Whip down my Deoxys. Oh, man! I'm barely able to counter down the Meganium. Good game. Crazy close. That Psycho Boost hit like a truck. That was awesome. Deoxys into Bronzong. Favorable lead for me. I resist the confusion while my counter damage hits for neutral. I'm going to resist the Psyshock. Bulldoze is a terrible move. Out comes Shiftry. And I don't have the best response to Shiftry, so I'm just kind of staying in here chipping away with Thunderbolt. Now I will switch into my Umbreon because this Shiftry is kind of in foul play range, so I already know they have Bronzong, which Umbreon is a really good response to. If they have Azumarill in the back, this game's already over. If they have Altaria in the back or some sort of a flyer, it's going to be rough. Oh, Azumarill in the back. This is great. There's no way I lose this match, right? There's no way that I could lose this. This is like perfect alignment here. I'm just staying in with Umbreon, chipping it away with Last Resorts. Because these really add up over time, and it's pretty difficult to bubble down an Umbreon. I've already got this Azumarill below half health. That is awesome. Ice Beam takes me out. They save their energy. Great play. I know they still have the Bronzong, so Meganium is the obvious choice here. I knew the swap was going to be coming soon. I will commit a shield here, and they bait me with Psyshock, so good play. But honestly, I could even double shield my defense Deoxys here if I wanted to. Meganium doesn't need, well, Meganium is not in Ice Beam range right now. So we'll see how they want to play this. Do they want to double shield their Bronzong? They do. All right. So this is probably a Bulldoze. I will shield it up. Very good for me. Switch Clock is coming up. They're probably going to make a swap. There's the swap. I hold on to my energy, finally make a good play. But again, I've lost track of how much energy this Azumarill has, so I don't go for an overfarm. I want this Bronzong to have to dump its energy into my Meganium. Vine Whip is resisted. This is going to be a Psyshock here. Probably going to be just enough to take me out. Yep, and then my defense Deoxys comes in and I'm able to Thunderbolt this thing and win it. Okay, good. We got the alignment really great there. But again, if it was a flyer in the back, it was going to be rough. It was going to be pretty rough. Going up against Finroll. Man, he's pretty high rated up there in the 2400s. Altaria lead. Because I'm not running Rock Slide, this is not a favorable matchup for me. The counters are resisted. So I'm just going to let this Sky Attack go through. I actually go for the Psycho Boost right here. Probably should have gone for the Thunderbolt first. But now I'm going to switch into Umbreon. And probably going to get switch locked against an Azumarill. Yes, yes, yes. We know Altaria is in the back, which Meganium is going to struggle against. Not good at all. I could have possibly just let my Deoxys go down, or maybe try to commit some shields in that first matchup to start getting shields off. This is also a play rough Azumarill, so this is a very bad scenario that I'm in. If the Azumarill only runs Ice Beam and Hydro Pump, you can actually, depending on how much energy you get on the switch in, possibly flip that matchup if you're able to shield up some Hydro Pumps. But play rough, really bad. It looks like I was trying to make a swap there. Go for the last resort. And I should be able to get to another last resort, able to do it. I'm still chipping away at this Azumarill pretty well. I get a shield. All right. Can I? Oh my gosh, I faint. No, no. Now this Azumarill farmed me. They farmed me. Gonna bring out Meganium. This is probably gonna be a play rough or a Hydro Pump. Okay, I'm gonna Vine Whip it down. Okay, this Azumarill is crazy annoying. But that Altaria is gonna come out and just ruin my life here. Oh man, and I'm not even able to get off the Psycho Boost, so now I like have to shield this to get, yeah, there's no win in this game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good luck out there in Go Battle League. It's rough, and I'm trying out lots of new teams. It is fun to try out new teams, but I definitely need to get some more practice with it. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon. The link will be down in the description. Make sure to check me out live on Twitch at some point. I do battles with viewers all the time, and we are really building a huge Twitch community over there, so it's a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.